Hey, everybody. Okay, to start with, I would like to personally thank my mom, without whom I would not be present on this live because I forgot. I didn't forget about the live. I had my times all mixed up. And thankfully, my mom texted me and was like, "Are you on?" And I was like, "On where?" So, you know what? It happens. It happens to the best of us. So thank you, Mom. Thank you for making sure I got on here. Wouldn't be able to do it without you. Okay. So today, getting down to it, center. Okay. Today we're going to talk about engagement strategies. And I really wanted to talk about this because it's something that I get a lot of questions about. And I know for a lot of moms, especially, using social media or the idea of having to use social media to grow a community can be a daunting task. And it is also something that can cause us a lot of stress. I know for myself personally, when I started out using Instagram, it caused me enormous stress. It took me forever to create my posts. And then there was, liking other people's stuff and commenting and DMing and adding and all this stuff. And it overwhelmed me and actually made me feel bad. To the point where I think one day I was just like, I'm not doing this. And I stopped posting on Instagram for a while because it made me think that I was failing because I couldn't keep up with the pace of Instagram. And that's where I want to start today, because you'll hear a lot out there about engagement strategies and how frequently you need to post and what you need to be posting and where you need to be. But first and foremost, your engagement strategy is yours, okay? Your business is yours. How you grow it, how fast you grow it, how you engage is entirely up to you, right? There is no one right or wrong way to engage with your audience. There's your way for your business, and then there's someone else's way for their business. I mean, if how somebody else has told you to engage makes you feel bad or causes you stress or makes you feel like you're constantly behind, then it's not the right strategy for you. Okay? Because if you want to think about it this way, you have to use your engagement strategy to grow your audience, your reach, your customer base, your potential clients, your community, whatever you want to call it. It means you're going to have to use it for a while. And if you hate it, you're not going to use it. So it's not effective. And if it makes you feel bad about yourself because you feel like you're dropping the ball or you can't stay on top of it, or it just doesn't feel aligned with you, that's going to come through to people, right? They're going to be able to feel and see and sense your discomfort with the strategy you're using. So to start with an engagement strategy, find something that works for you, right? Not something that worked for so-and-so who's got 10,000 followers, or not something that worked for so-and-so who's got, $100,000 months. Find something that works for you, that aligns with you, your goals, and your life, right? Because, we're talking about this as mompreneurs. We have little people, we have big people, we have, commitments, we have things we have to do. Being on social media 8 hours a day might not work for us. And to be honest, it doesn't feel good for me. So I don't necessarily love doing it. Now, that doesn't mean that if you love it, you shouldn't do it, right? That's what I'm getting at. So to start with, engagement strategy always starts with identifying your ideal client, right? Because how you engage with your ideal client will depend on them as well. So you want to know where they are. There's no point in having an engagement strategy structured around Instagram and TikTok if your ideal client is on Facebook and LinkedIn, right? So it's really getting to know who your ideal client or customer is so that you can build your strategy around reaching them. Because the point of your engagement strategy is to engage with your ideal client or customer and form a relationship, grow a relationship, create, the know, like, and trust factor with them. So start by being really clear on your ideal client and figuring out where they hang out. If your ideal client isn't on social media, then maybe you need to put together your engagement strategy based around meeting them somewhere else, right? It really depends on who you're talking to. So once you know where your ideal client is hanging out, then you can start to build your strategy around that. So we're going to talk about two things today. The first is building it around social media, and the second is building your engagement strategy around email and with limited use of social media. I'll explain why in a moment. So we're going to start with the social media one because that's what everybody talks about, and there is a way to do it as a busy mom, and there's a way to do it and have it work for you without having to be on Facebook, on Instagram all the time. Okay. First thing is to get clear on who you're talking to and how you want to, what you want to speak to them about. Okay. So when you're engaging with people, you're trying to achieve three things. You are trying to help them feel like they know you and you know them. You want to build the like factor, meaning they feel like they like you. And you want them to be able to trust you, because we don't buy from people that we don't trust, right? And we don't buy from people that we don't like. We don't buy from people that we don't know. So know, like, and trust are the things you are trying to build when you're working your engagement strategy. To let people know you, you have to share things about yourself. You don't have to share everything about yourself. You just have to share some things about yourself. Most people that follow me know that I love chocolate and peanut butter. And when I have a bad day, I likely eat a giant bag of chocolate covered almonds. These things are personal to me and very true. And I share them because I feel like other people can relate to that. And I just think it's funny that I eat a lot of chocolate and peanut butter. People also know I like to run. They also know that I have twins. They also know I like things that are pink and sparkly. I share these things about myself. It doesn't mean I have to share every private moment or every insecurity or every fear. We'll get to that though. When it comes to the trust factor, people trust you when they have enough information that helps them see that you know what you're talking about, right? So if you are helping people learn how to sing, they're going to want to know that you know how to sing and that you know how to teach. So how you show them that is by showing them you singing, showing them different aspects of, vocal arrangements or tonality or reading music. You can, show them things that allow them to see that you know what you're talking about, that you are someone that can provide them with information they don't already have. And then the trust factor comes from vulnerability. It comes from people being able to relate to you and to see that you are a real person, right? And that's where sometimes sharing our insecurities, our challenging days, our realness comes in. Because I don't know about you, I was going to say we are all, but maybe you're not. But I'm pretty sure a fair majority of us are sick and tired of looking at perfect every time we get online and comparing ourselves to that. It doesn't matter if you're almost perfect or if you're, you have perfect teeth or perfect hair or perfect something, but we want to know that you're a real person, right? We want to know that you're actually human. And you show that to people by admitting to them that your mom had to remind you that you had a Facebook Live today or an Instagram Live today, and you wouldn't be here without her. Why? Because it makes me human. What mom watching right now can't relate to forgetting about something that they committed to and wrote in a calendar and told people about and forgot about it just because life got busy with the kids, only to remember and then show up flustered. But being real helps people relate to you. And when they can relate to you, they can trust you, right? They want to know that you get them, that when you're helping them with something, you understand where they've been. And that goes with products as well, right? So if you are trying to sell people a product, let's say you're selling makeup, they want to know that you too have struggled with, red blotchy skin or dark circles under your eyes or trying to conceal a pimple or, really thin eyebrows or something. They want to know that you've struggled in the same way they've struggled, or a similar way. They want to know that you understand. And so when you're telling them how to fix something, So building the know, like, and trust factor. When you're using social media to do that, you want to do that through your posts, do that through your lives, do that through, your pictograms, displays, anything that you're sharing. When you're thinking about what you should do, you want to remember you're looking to build know, like, and trust, right? Know, like, and trust. Does this help with my know, like, or trust? Now, with engagement, I know one of the ways I got bogged down is I thought I had to create something new every time I posted, right? I thought every time I created something, it had to be brand new and novel and mind-blowing. And that leads to overwhelm, right? Because we think to ourselves, well, everybody knows what I know. No, not everybody knows what you know. You know what you know. Most people are trying to find out what you know, and that's why they're looking for you. And keep in mind that people need to see or be exposed to something 5 to 7 times before it sinks in. 5 to 7 times. So for you, it might feel like you're constantly saying the same thing over and over again. But for them, they're maybe catching it once, and then and that's after it's been on their scroll for like 3 times before that, and then they've seen it and finally they're like, oh. So you don't need to create new things. And that's the great thing about repurposing content, is once you've created a video, you can use it for the audio, you can use snips, clips, pictures, you can throw it up as a reel, you can, rework it, do whatever. You don't need to create new stuff. You don't have to have new ideas. You don't even have to have novel ideas. You just have to have your way of talking about it. Okay. So when you're putting together your social media engagement strategy as a mom, right? Here's some simple things that I do. Number 1, block time for it. Okay. Let's say you've got a Facebook page or a Facebook group. If you have identified some people that you want to potentially have as clients or customers, if you're their friend on Facebook, did you know you could add them to a group on your Facebook, like a list, right? A friends list. And one thing you can do is go onto Facebook, and if you've got these people in your list, then when you go on, you click on that list, and then you just go through and engage with their stuff. So you don't have to scroll through looking for stuff to engage with. Engage with the people that you want to create a relationship with, right? It's pretty simple. Then you're not getting lost in the scroll. So you put them in a friends list, and you can go on and you can engage with them. And honestly, this only takes 10 minutes. If you do this for 10 minutes and you put the people you want to engage with in a list, you can actually limit it to 10 minutes, because you're not going to see the ads. You're not going to see the other people's stuff. You're not going to get caught in an article or a debate about, whether or not the sky is blue. You're interacting with the people you want to interact with, and then you're getting off. The other thing that you can do is you can have, very set things you do. So for me, thanks, Mom. Oh, yeah. It's good that my mom reminded me. Yes, we'll thank her. I need more than writing it down, unfortunately. I'm sure there was an alarm that went off on my phone too. I'm just having a day. So the other thing you can do with engagement on social media is you can have pre-scripted responses, right? So you can write out responses that you're going to use to certain questions so that they are already written down and in a Word document. And that way, if you're replying to something, say in a group or a post you made, you've already got the main points. You can absolutely personalize it and tailor it to a person, but you know what you're there to share with people. You can create canned responses. And then you don't have to think about what you're going to say to people. So you just have a Word document, maybe in your notes on your phone, where you've got, or you can actually like program it into your phone where it's predicted to, or something like save text, where if you hit 111, it's going to give the answer in there. But you can pre-do the responses so that you don't have to think of it when you're doing it. You can also, if you've got scripted responses, you can hire it out to a virtual assistant, right? So You can have your virtual assistant respond to things and then just highlight for you the ones that need your personal attention. And this can come in really handy, either just the scripts or having your VA do it for you, if you do something like post a launch question in a group. So posting a launch question is a really great way to identify people in your group or in a group on Facebook that are in your target market or your ideal client, part of your ideal client group. So for me, it would be posting something like, you know, who here is a mompreneur struggling to make time to work on her business? And then people start responding. And if they say, yes, me, oh, geez, me. And as people respond, you do follow up. So, oh, hey, you know, great to meet you. What's your biggest struggle? Or what strategies have you tried? And this is how you start engaging. Again, these responses can be pre-scripted. And one thing to keep in mind is that you don't need to reply to everyone right away, right? Everyone's going to tell you to reply in like 3 to 5 seconds. And that works really great when you are in your 20s and do not have children. But as moms with kids and businesses, we reply when we reply because it is our engagement strategy. Okay. And so even if you say, I am going to do engagement 5 minutes at a time. Okay. So I'm going to do engagement twice a day, 5 minutes each time, and schedule it out. On Mondays, I'm going to post launch questions. So on Mondays, I will post a launch question, spend 5 minutes engaging, leave it, spend another 5 minutes engaging, and then maybe Tuesday I continue engaging with that same launch question. But then Wednesday, maybe you go through your list, your group list, your friends that you want to, engage with, and you look at their posts and you comment and you do all your thing. Thursday, you go into 5 different groups and engage with other people's posts for a total of 15 minutes. And then Friday, if you're comfortable, maybe you do a Facebook Live, or maybe you post some like an informative post that teaches people something. And you can post the same thing in multiple groups, okay? You don't need to reinvent things for every group that you post in either. If you're teaching people something and it's useful and it helps them, then post it in as many groups as you want. Why not share the love? I mean, you are here to serve, right? So share the love. I've only ever been called out on it once. Somebody's like, it seems insincere that you're posting the same thing in every group. And I was like, okay. Because here's the thing, not my target audience. Also, that is a them problem, not a me problem. If it bothers them that I'm posting the same thing in each group, why? It doesn't bother me. So you can actually just do launch post, engage. What was Wednesday, friends? See, told you I'm having a day. Launch post, engage. Oh, your friends list engagement, group engagement, go live or teach something. All of those things are a total of 15 minutes a day maximum. Okay. So now your engagement strategy is 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And if you do that 5 days a week, every week, you are going to see results, right? It won't be explosive results, but you will see results because you're showing up. Consistency is key with an engagement strategy. And I feel like 15 minutes a day is something that's maintainable for me. Maybe you need to start with 5 minutes a day. That's okay too. Yeah. Maybe you can do 30 minutes a day. Awesome for you. Do it. Your engagement strategy, tailor it to you. Okay. Now, if you are not a social media person, here is another approach to take to it. What we're going to do is we're going to use those launch questions and we are going to have a freebie or a giveaway that we can give to people. Okay. So this is minimal interaction with social media, allowing you to build an audience that you can then engage with through an email marketing strategy. Okay. So, and again, if you have a virtual assistant or can get one to help you with this, this is amazing because it will remove you from the social media side. The reason I point this out is I know for a lot of us, especially neurodivergent, if you have ADHD or something else that causes social media to be a challenge. For me, it's a challenge. I get lost. I have ADHD. I get lost in social media. I try not to do too much of it myself. You can still use it, but maybe get a VA to help you out with it. Okay. So create your launch conversations. If you're going to get someone else to do it for you, write them down, write some responses. You're going to have your freebie. You are going to have a landing page, which can be done through Flowdesk. It can be done through Kajabi. It can be done through MailChimp. Landing page where they're going to enter their email to be sent a copy of your freebie. Now you're collecting email addresses. Your launch questions in groups is going to be, who would like my free blank? Who here could use some help with blank? I have this solution. Who would like it? Okay. And then those go in groups. And as people say, I'd love it. Yes, please, me, then you are going to message them all, or, you want someone to go on, either you or your VA. Great. I'm going to message you now, or just drop the link if you're allowed to in that group. Just drop the link below their comment. They click on the link. They enter their email. They get your freebie. Amazing. Now you have their email. Now you use that as your engagement strategy. Okay. And again, you're sending out emails to build a know, like, and trust factor. So share value. You can share a blog post that you wrote, or even that you read. It doesn't all have to be your material. That's the best part. When you're sharing value with people, you can share value that you found somewhere else, right? It's okay to say, hey, I just watched this really great YouTube video on X. Check it out. Or I just read this excellent book on Y. Here's the link. Sharing value is sharing value, even if it's not value you created. Okay. You don't have to be the guru. You can be a contributor. Thank you, Denise Duffield Thomas. So with the email part, you want to make sure that you're sharing value, sharing some things about yourself. It doesn't always have to be in newsletter form. It can just be a quick email. It can be a quick, hey, just finished reading this, thought you might love it. Send it out to your people. Turn the unsubscribe notification off so it doesn't ruin your day. People unsubscribe. It happens to everybody. It's not personal. It's just business. And then you build that relationship there. And then every so often, at least whether you have a launch going on or what have you, but drop in, here's how you can work with me. Here's my product I'm selling. Here, go check this out. This is what I'm selling, or this is what I have to offer. And you do it that way through email instead of being on social media. I have my nurture sequences and my email marketing. I don't do as much of it as I do social media because my fantastic VAs help me with that, and my marketing people help me with that. So, but there's ways of doing it. It doesn't all have to be about social media. It's about what's right for you. It's about what helps you feel good about doing your engagement. Okay. So I really hope that was helpful. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have any questions, let me know. I can always either do a follow-up live or, create something, whether it be a PDF, a booklet, a video just about an issue, a topic. Love to hear from you. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thanks again, Mom, for getting me on my video, and I will see you all later. Okay, bye.